Okay, so one of the things that has really helped me so much in the last few years is a miracle morning. When I was doing some really major business shifts and opening a brick and mortar studio, there were so many things going on, lots of chaos, lots of change. And the one thing that helped me so much was having my morning routine in. So in today's Monday Morning Mentoring, we're going to talk about that. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Stefana Johnson, your host and the founder of Yogalachi and yourholisticmentor.com, where I do a weekly Monday morning mentoring. So today we're going to talk about having a morning routine and how to establish it and how it can really make a huge difference in your overall success. If you have heard of the book Miracle Morning, it's Hal Elrod's book, and it's just this little tiny book that came out maybe 5+ years ago. Super adorable, quick read, and really insightful. And if you apply it, brilliant. So I was part of a group where we had a challenge to do 30 days of the Miracle Mornings. And it starts out with an acronym of using savers. So that would be S, silence, A is affirmations, V, visualize, E, exercise, R is to read, like a journal or scriptures, and then S is to scribe, to write. And those components are really beautiful as far as putting in a morning routine. So you could do it for each one for a certain amount of minutes, or you could do all of them 1 minute each. So that would be a 6-minute total. Or you could do 10 minutes of exercise and 1 minute of silence, 2 minutes of affirmations. You know, he allowed options in there, which is really fun. So after about a year of doing that, I started creating my own morning routine in a way that really nourished me. And then I used that concept and really embraced this idea around ultimately what would be the most useful way for me to set my day in motion. For me, I'm very active, very, very tactile. So I need more balance of calm and the sit time, the silence time. And that actually is more beneficial than me going and running for 45 minutes or working out. So I cut my exercise down, not doing less in intensity, but less time. So I didn't need to be on the treadmill for 45 minutes to get the benefits. And this is something you want to find for yourself. If you're very sedentary, I would suggest definitely having your morning routine be more setting your energy point to get invigorated, to start your engine, to get your engine revved. If you're more active like I am throughout the day, then maybe you don't need so much intense activity in the morning, but instead maybe more balance of things that help restore you to balance so that you are putting your best foot forward for the day. The other thing about having a morning routine that is a regular, kind of on autopilot, is that it takes some of the bandwidth off your plate of having to think, oh, now what should I be doing? So you don't have to wake up every morning and think, what should I be doing today? What should I be doing next? What should I be doing next? Instead, you get into this habit where you wake up and instantly you know, okay, when I wake up, I do A, B, C. This kind of thinking, so many studies on this have shown that this way of being very efficient and putting things that are important on autopilot makes such a huge difference. Now let's juxtapose to that, you've got this idea where things that are really not that important, that are really not beneficial, that are bad habits, are on autopilot. And where does that lead you? So you see those two different components, you compare them side by side, and you can really see, oh my gosh, what kind of things do I have on autopilot? Am I waking up in a crabby mood and just barely stumbling in to get my coffee? Or is the first thing that I do go get my coffee and read the paper and open my phone or look at all my texts and blow up my brain with all the news? So start looking at that and really see what you can do to put in a morning routine. I call it a morning circle sometimes as well, just because I'm looking at what within my center can I do to create wholeness and to restore and nourish my sense of wholeness before I go out and become reactive to the day. So thinking of that as you go through, here are a couple of my examples or my suggestions for creating your morning routine. The first thing you want to do is the moment you wake up, have a certain set point for your mindset. So this could be a positive affirmation. It could be a mantra. It could just be a deep, focused, silent breath or quiet breath coming back to connect to your heart space. And what I like to use is the moment I'm aware of being awake, I will say, I love you. And I will say that to every body part that I can think of in that moment. And maybe that will be 10 to 20 to 30 seconds before I roll out of bed. After me doing that for years, it's now auto. As soon as I wake up, that's the first thought I have. And that raises the inner vibration to love or above, which is a very powerful frequency to be operating from, internally as well as externally. The next thing that I do is a physical movement. It's from Qigong massage or Qi massage. And I also combine it with some of Donna Eden's energy work, and that's tapping. So I'll get points of my body going through tapping. I will do, especially if it's springtime with allergy season, I will do it around here, different points. And so that is a first. That takes seconds, and you can do that while you're walking to the bathroom. The next thing that I do from there is if it's nice out, I will go straight out and I will do my yoga on the grass. And I will do the Qigong, so yoga, something gentle, something soothing for me. That helps my nervous system be calm by doing a beautiful sun salutation, or I'll do my 6 rites. I have a video of that, so I'll link that. I love doing that. And then 2 to 3 days a week, I will go and sprint really hard. That means I am going to maximum intensity and I'm really pushing my body in an invigorating way. I'm not overdoing it, but bursts. So short bursts of intensity, doing hills, and then taking a break. Almost like Tabata, the high intensity interval training, at Yoga Latte, we call it high energy agility training. So any of that kind of thing where you're getting bursts of energy and really putting forth the exertion. None of this long cardio 45-minute thing. I don't think that's beneficial physiologically or really overall. There's some science on that, and as I don't really want to get into that right now, but if you are interested in that, comment below and let me know that you're interested. You want to know more about why cardio is really not an ideal form of exercise, especially if you want weight loss. And so I will do those bursts, the sprint bursts, and then I will, and while I'm doing those sprints or those bursts, I will do my own affirmations, my power statement, and then I walk back, take a hot, cold shower, and there's a reason for that cold shower. It's very stimulating, very invigorating, but also it's really empowering. And then I will do my scripting, my scribing. So I will write. Not a lot of times am I actually reading or taking in input during that morning routine for myself, because I get so much input throughout the day that I need that time just to process things. So look for things that really work for you, that suit your needs, that help bring balance back to your life, that help you nourish. And that way, your morning is set in such a beautiful way that you feel whole and full and harmonious with the things that you have at hand. I don't suggest making your task to-do list. That's something you want to do the night before. So that's what I have is the Monday morning mentoring. I hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. You can comment below, and make sure you subscribe to our weekly mentoring. And I will see you next time. I hope you're doing well.